All right, welcome back to episode 255 of the Guy Guns Podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
And I'm your other host, Doug.
We use this podcast to talk about guy guns, the responsible Christian gun owners' interest. On this week's show, we'll be talking with Lane from PowerTac about their products. First off, we want to thank our Bandwidth sponsor, Farms Radio Network. We want to thank them for hosting our all that data out there for you guys to download at your convenience on the podcast side, and all the promotion they do over there of our shows. And if you haven't checked out other shows on Farms Radio Network, please do. Also, we want to thank
Crossbreed Holsters. Hey, you've heard us talk about it. If you're carrying a gun on your person in your vehicle, your wife's got one in her purse, you got one next to your bed. Crossbreed makes a holster for you. Go check our buddies out, crossbreedholsters.com. Carry the cross. And also, we got PowerTac lights, which we're going to get into that here in just a minute. But PowerTac is one of our new sponsors for the show. Extremely bright lights. You've heard me talk about it repeatedly on the show. Well, you're going to get to hear it firsthand tonight. So we'll save that one here for just a minute. Also, our affiliate link, Palmetto State Armory. Hey, you guys have been doing good. Just picked up a little bit more stuff out there, too. I haven't got it completely finished yet with all the gear I want to put on it. I have a light coming. Guess from where? And I have an optic that hadn't showed up yet. So as soon as I get it done, get everything fixed on it, I will put it up for everybody to see.
Good deal. All right, Doug, you want to introduce our guest tonight?
I sure will, man. Tonight we have Lane from PowerTac Lights. Troy and I met Lane over at Iraqi Vet 8888 shoot back, what was it?
It was a rainy day in October.
Rainy day in October. It was muddy. And Lane was there showing off some of their lights, and me and him got to talking about it, and we just hit it off. And it was mostly daylight, except for the thunderclouds. It was a little bit dark. But man, he started hitting these lights and turning them on, and I was mesmerized. So we got talking, and next thing you know, here we are. Lane, welcome to the show with us tonight. We've been trying to get you on for a while now.
I know. I'm glad it finally worked out. Well, thanks for having me on, Doug and Troy. I appreciate it very much. Glad to be here tonight.
Glad to have you
Absolutely. I see you got some lights on in your background there.
Oh yeah, we've got the full line. We're in our showroom here at Ground Zero headquarters in Greensboro, North Carolina, where our PowerTac headquarters is, and got quite a few lights here. I'd love to show you guys some of our products, but before I get into that, I'll just tell you a little bit, tell the audience about who we are and what we do. PowerTac's been around now for about 11 years, and we are a hardcore tactical flashlight company. Our background is basically in law enforcement and military contracting, but we're making a push now to try to get them out there more to the general public. And, we've got some really great products. We compete with the big boys out there, and we usually do very well. Our lights are extremely durable. They're very bright, and they all have a lifetime warranty. So it's a no-hassle warranty. We do all of our service right here in Greensboro, but you call us on the phone and you got a problem, and we'll take care of it. We'll get you fixed up and get your light fixed. And we're fixing lights we sold on day one. So, as long as you don't lose it, it's a lifetime investment buying a PowerTac light. But let me show you some of our new stuff we got out. This is a great one that's just come out. This is our new E5 G4, and I really like this one as a weapons light. You can get it with a pressure switch that comes and a mount. We sell them like that. They're individual. You can just buy them a la carte on the website and buy the pressure switch, the mount, and then get the light all separate. But I like this light. It's 1800 lumens. It's got a lot of power, and it's also focused in such a way that it gives you a nice long throw. So this one will throw about 350 yards. And it starts out, we've got a moonlight mode, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different light settings that go with it. And there's also a strobe feature on this light too. If you want to go into strobe, you just hold down the button and boom, you're in strobe. And most of our lights, the way they work is wherever you turn them off, when you turn them back on the next time, they're in that mode. So if you want to set it up in strobe as a home defense gun and always leave it there, when you turn that pressure switch or click that back button, that's exactly where it's going to come back on. It's an excellent light. That one's not super expensive either. One of the great things about our lights is the price. And that one's retailing for $114. So I think that's a bargain for a lifetime light.
Hey, so which one is it that I ordered this week, Lane?
You got our E5, our E5R actually.
Okay.
This is a prior generation light. We've just replaced it with our new E5R G4. But we have a really good deal going on these. These were $100 retail light. We've got them at $40 right now. And we've got about 200 of them left, I think, on the site. And you can also get this as a weapons package. And we do that with the pressure switch and the mount. And that goes out at $58, I believe it is, something like that.
$59.
$59. So
I ordered 2 this week.
$60, and it's 1,000 lumen light. It's super bright. It also has a USB port here on the bell. All you got to do is stick a standard USB cord in there. I believe it's a USB micro, and just right into your phone charger. So you can just lean it up against the wall and plug it in and charge it up and keep it charged up. But it's got a nice long runtime. The E5R will run on its high setting for over 2 hours. So using it as a weapons light, I don't think you're going to have it on that long.
And so it's also got it comes with what I thought was cool about it. You get the light, you get the AR mount for Picatinny rail,
right,
and you get a pressure switch.
Correct. You get it all.
Everything is right there in one complete package.
And for $40 or $60, you also get one of these with it. This is the 18650 battery that comes with it. Now these retail at $20. So I mean, you're getting a light for $20 and you're getting a free battery, a $20 battery with it. So it's a really, really good deal. So we got about 200 of these left, and we'd love to see them go out. Now here's the real kicker: if you do it with your Gods and Guns promo code, you get another 20% off the whole thing. So, it couldn't get any better for you. Now dig this. If you get an $80 order, then you can then you also get one of our E2 flashlights to go along with that, which is a 180 lumen little pin light, lifetime warranty on this, and it runs off of a AAA. So, I mean, we've got deals, really good deals right now, and you can combine these specials together and end up with a really good value.
I sent my son-in-law the link the other day for the new promo that you got, which use our promo code God and Guns.
God and Guns.
You get 20% off more. So it makes it, I can tell you for a fact, it's $47.
Yeah.
So it's free shipping.
You
don't have to worry about that. So I sent it to my son-in-law, Matt, and he had just ordered one of your other lights that we've been promoting, the $99 one that you had to have the rail and the flashlight. I think it was a 980 lumen light. I think it was. Right.
That was, it's this light. Yeah.
So he's like, man, he said, I'm going to have to get one. I like, of course. You can't have enough. So talk about this one, Lane. So that's
your HL10 headlamp. That thing's awesome.
It is.
Yeah. It is a wonderful light. It's 2,500 lumens. You showed all the features to it. You've got infrared, you've got diffused white, you've got diffused red, you've got SOS and strobe in all of those modes, not just in one. A very comfortable headband, long run times. It's not it doesn't heat up and get uncomfortable. It's not super heavy. It's a real well-made solid unit, but it's very comfortable on your head. And that headband feels great, doesn't it?
It does. Yep.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can actually tilt it because it's so bright. If you're standing around people, even on one of the lower settings, it's still bright. So I like the fact that I can turn it down. I almost lay it on my hat bill.
Right.
That way I can see where I'm walking, what I'm doing without blinding people.
And it's also got a very wide aspect lens on it, and it's slightly orange peeled, the texture of the lens. So it's a nice soft light, but it fills up a large area. When you get a lot of situational awareness with that light, you see everything in your periphery is lit up. It's not just a tunnel vision type of unit, and I like that about it too. But you've still got a really good throw on it.
I was telling Troy on one of our shows here a while back. I'm a big duck hunter, and we
Mhm.
were out in Arkansas, and a guy had a light bar on the front of his boat, and we're riding down the channel, going to the duck blind, and I turned that light on my headlamp and turned it all the way up on the turbo mode,
Right.
and I was as bright as his LED light was on the deck of his boat. And he's like, "What are you wearing?" And I showed him. We got to the duck blind. He's like, "Man, I got to get one of those."
Well,
And
I tell you, just as another little story, this season I've been going to some gun shows, and we have to show the lights at the show. We turn them on and show everybody how bright they are. And it's gotten to the point where we can't even shine the lights in our hands anymore on the little white tablecloth that we've got underneath of it. It's so blinding. Everybody just jumps back and, and then they're mad at you. So we've learned that I have to shoot them on the wall behind me not to get everybody upset. So it's been a real big change.
I can tell you the IR works very good on that headlamp too, because I'm a big nighttime pig hunter.
Okay.
And we were sitting in the blind the other day, and I turned my optic on and started. I didn't even realize it was on IR. I didn't realize I had it on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started looking through my scope, and I told my son-in-law, like, Matt, I said, turn your IR off on your light. I said, I can't see out where I'm looking. He's like, mine ain't on. I was like, what? I got to mess around. I looked back. I leaned back a little bit, and it lit the whole inside of the box we were setting it up. I was like, oh, never mind. It's me. It's good.
Oh wow! So it's pretty wide. I have never seen it under goggles or through a scope.
It's almost like the floodlight that's on the same side with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that in infrared. It just broadcasts everywhere right around you, so it works really good.
How much do you think it would have, Doug? Do you think it goes out very far?
If I go tonight, I will tell you for sure, because I'll actually get. Anytime you're in an enclosed place and you light it up with IR, it has a tendency to mess my optic up till I get outside. So I will, if I go tonight, I'll actually throw it on and see how far I can see out with it.
Well, I don't think it's really designed to be a thrower. It's a diffused light for close in work. So
it is.
And if you're working around, and you still got your night vision on, it's good. It keeps you from losing your. You're not going to have to turn on a white light and scare the woods, to work on something. So that's great.
Exactly. It works great though. I can't complain with it. It's a great light.
Awesome. We make specialty lights too. We actually have this is our Warrior series right here. It's got a larger bell on the end of it, and we make these in infrared. We have them in 850 and in 900 and I believe 920 nanometer wavelength that we make these in an infrared as well. And also we make our E9 series. We make them in an 850. So
what kind of throw do you get on those?
Pretty good. I don't have the specs in front of me. I didn't know we'd be talking about that right now, but very good. I mean, hundreds of yards. These will reach out. And we also have colored lights too. We have the reds and the greens as well. So you can find that stuff on our website also if anybody's interested in that stuff.
I go through your site constantly looking.
Cool. Thank you.
Let's see what else I can find. I've been blasting that light that you got on sale right now. I've been blasting that thing to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that E5R is a workhorse. That's been in our line ever since the beginning. The E5 has been there. So it's an 11-year-old series of lights, and we're up now. This was our G4. But now we're no, this is a G3. This is an E5R G3. It's 1,000 lumen light. So there's nothing shy about 1,000 lumen light. I mean, that's a lot of light. It wasn't until last year when this new series of Cree bulbs came out, or new emitters came out, that we really broke through and got out there into the 1,500 plus type of things. It was a paradigm shift in the marketplace last year. So this would really satisfy most people's needs. When you get up into, this one is 2,550 lumens, this E9, and this one's 1,800 lumens. I'm not saying it's overkill, because it's always good to have as much as you can get. But at 1,000 lumens, there's all the utility in the world in this light. And, at the price we have them on right now, it's just a no-brainer. I mean, it's awesome.
I can tell you on the headlamp, most of the time when I'm walking through the woods, I've either got it on red or I got it on the lowest setting.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm tracking an animal that I've shot, like for deer hunting, all deer season, I had it out with me. And if I was tracking an animal, I would put it on the medium setting.
Right.
and that was plenty light to light up the woods. And
Right.
if I got turned around, which occasionally I do, and I really wanted to see where I was at,
Mhm.
I'd throw it up on high or turbo for a minute, and it lights up everything. It'll light up the whole bottom. I can shine it, all the way across I got 6.5 acres, and I can light the back part of the woods up from my
Right.
house.
Right. Well, 2,550 lumens. That's the same output as this Warrior G4, and it's rated with a throw. This one is a flood like the headlamp is. It's
Mhm.
got a slightly orange peeled interior on the inside of the reflector here, and it's got a much wider aspect angle. Now we designed this for police officers. And what they like about it is when they get out of the vehicle and they're walking up on a car, they're coming up on a scene, they get a lot of situational awareness. Nothing's going to come out of their peripheral vision that doesn't get lit up. And also when they're engaging a car or people in the car, you have everybody's eyes at bay, not just the person that you're aiming the light at. So if you've got this on the car, everybody in the front seat and the back seat's going to be catching some of that light, and it's going to have them at a disadvantage. And they really like that wider angle, but it still throws a long way. I live on 36 acres, but I have a 300-yard field, and this
Mhm.
lights up the tree line to color on the other side, no problem. But it also lights up the whole field, and it lights up the trees on this side and the trees on that side. So, I mean, if you want to check a field out in one blast of a light like this, you don't have to pan. Just hit it once, and you'll see everything in the field.
And that's the Warrior series.
Well, this is the E9 G4. This is the new 2,550
Okay.
lumen flashlight, and it's magnetic charging. It has this little cable here. It just sticks on the side of the light like that, and you plug it in your phone charger. It comes with the battery. Also comes with a nice hard Kydex holster that is a holster that we've had in our line forever, for many, many years, and the police officers love it. It clips on their belt. It's very durable. It's got a really good purchase on the light without being rattly. It doesn't come out, but when you need it, you can lift it out, and it's easy to access. So it comes with one of those holsters, and they're about a $14 value. So it's nice to get that with it. And
Nice.
and you also get a whole bunch of replacement O-ring seals and, all the little gizmos that go along with it as well. It also has a tactical spinner ring here. So if you want to put the tactical ring like some people do so they can lock it onto a finger, that's also on here. You can put the ring right on there. It's got a reversible clip here. So you can actually take this clip off and reverse it around, and then you can clip it on a hat and use it as a hat light too. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's really nice. And most of our lights come like that now. Everything from our M6, these are nice little lights in themselves. This has a magnetic tail cap. So, if you want to work on something, you can stick this up on a fender or on a hood or something like that of a vehicle. This is a 1,300 lumen light, and this only retails for $70. So it's a really, really good value. Magnetic recharging as well. 1,300 lumens, and this gives a real long runtime. It'll run on high for 4 hours. And the brother companion to that is our M5. This is the tactical version of that light. Now, these two I would consider great everyday carry lights when you don't have to have, eye melting performance, but you just have something that you want to carry with you every day, and it's that light that's always in your pocket or always close at hand. These are great. That's exactly what I would use them for. The other lights are a lot. They have a lot more output, and they're designed for more tactical and specific uses like that. So,
Hey, Lane, how much is the price on that the 2,500 lumen one?
we have it on our website for $129. That's the price on it. But with the discounts and everything else going on, it comes down to somewhere 105, something like that. I mean, someone will have to do the math. I'm not quick that way, but 20% off of 130 would be.
That's cool.
Yeah, 104, something like that. Yeah, lifetime warranty though. I mean, you're never gonna have to worry about it.
Yeah, for what you're getting, it's a great deal.
And they feel great in your hand. One nice thing about our lights that's different than a lot of lights you see on the market is they're covered with a very extreme knurling. It's very deep. It's not so sharp, it's uncomfortable, but when you grab onto it, it's not going anywhere. And this is great when your hands are wet or if you get some mud on it. Like the weekend that we were out at the Iraq Veteran Shoot, I mean, it was raining all weekend long. These things were falling in the mud off the table. I was picking them up, but you never feel like this is going to slip out of your hands. And that's something I've noticed a lot of our competition really doesn't do on their lights is have a really nice knurling. And our customers, especially our police officers and military customers, comment about that all the time, how good they are in their hand when they're wet or if they're slippery.
Or they got gloves on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because your gloves, you lose those little slick flashlights pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to lose those.
Well, they feel good. You know, when you pick up something and it just feels like it's quality, that's the first thing I noticed about the PowerTac line. Before I came to work for PowerTac, I was in the industry and used to go to a lot of gun shows because I had a prepper product. It was a rocket stove that I was selling to preppers. And I used to go by the PowerTac table all the time and pick up those flashlights and play with them. And I always thought, you know, these things just feel really good. It feels like a good piece of equipment. And, you know, the make is there. They're awesome product. I'm very proud to be working with them.
Cool. I'm reading some of our comments on YouTube.
Oh.
Brian wanted to know, he said he'd never heard of an infrared lights. And he wanted if you need a night vision to be able to see it. And yes, you do.
You do.
The only way you can, you know, believe it or not, I mean, the human eye can't see it. Only if I look directly into the light and the end of it when I have it on, I see just a little red glow right where the bulb is. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's very minute. I mean, it's just tiny. But if you shine a deer or a hog or something with that night vision, with that light on, their eyes will turn just bright green, and hogs can see it, believe it or not.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They sure can. The deer can see it too. They don't seem to mind as bad as pigs do, but when you hit a pig with an infrared light, you better be ready to shoot him because he ain't gonna stay around long.
Well, one thing I would caution everybody out there, don't stare into them. It's easy to do because you don't feel it, but it's not good for your eyes to look straight on into them. You know, I treat them like you would a normal flashlight that way because it's doing something. I'm not sure how bad it is, but I've been told don't stare at them. So
yeah, I look at it just long enough to see if it's actually on or not. I was like, oh, it's on.
Yeah, that's about all you want to do there. Let's see what else we got. Well, you know, that little E2. I'm a real big fan of this light. I like it. I carry one of these on me all the time, and I'm really sad to see them all being sold so cheap or being given away like this because it's a very, very quality unit. And it's not a throwaway type of promo. This is a real high tech. It's the same quality build as any of our other lights is. So, you know, if you take advantage of the Valentine's Day special, and especially in combination with that promo code, this is going to be a nice little gift everybody's going to like. And we have actually 4 different versions of pin lights right now. This is the Lance. This is our other AA light that's it's got 2 batteries can go in it, but it's also kind of special in that it breaks down. So I can actually take these barrel sections apart, remove the head and one of the batteries, and make this as short as this one. So that's kind of nice little convertible feature. And we also run these in AAA size too, if you like AAA. They're a little thinner. A lot of guys like that because it fits in their pocket better. But these are great to have. You know, if you get a Lance or a Saber is the name of the AAA version, they fit real well in your tack back and right in that little pin holder over there on your jacket, in your tack jacket. So I highly recommend these. But getting a little E2 like this is going to be a really good thing. You'll be real surprised at how much you'll like that little light when it comes.
So you and I were talking earlier today, and I want to throw this out there and ask the question: are you guys considering going back to a pistol light that goes on the bottom of a Glock or something?
Yeah, we are. We made one. We've actually had two pistol lights, but the last one that we made was our Marksman. It's a combo pistol light and laser combo, and it's a really nice unit. The thing is, we made it in response to a request from the Secret Service, and they wanted it to be built with their exact functionality of how they train. It was a very simple light. It was on off, and it had on off for the laser. You could pick either way, but we didn't have different light levels. There was no strobe, and it was a super well made heavy duty unit. And for the price, people could find other lights that had all the gizmos and bells and whistles. So it didn't turn out to be the greatest retailing light for us. It was perfect for their needs. But we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one and get something else cooking. And we've talked about it. So I know it's in the pipeline. I know our engineers are working on something. When it comes out, I don't know. But I think it's going to be pretty spectacular when it does. It'll probably, have some functions I probably don't even know or aware of right now. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'd be anxious to see one of them for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, we do have a new light. It should be coming out sometime in the summer, which I'm real excited about. It's called our Cadet. Our Cadet's a really small little light. It runs off of one CR123. And the Cadet is perfect to put in a mount, as far as I'm concerned, to put on an AR. It was a 492 lumen light in its last iteration, and we're sold out on them right now, except I do have some weapons packages left on that. But it's the perfect size to put on an AR, especially like a 300 blackout or an AR pistol, something where you don't have a lot of real space, or you just don't want to have a big bulky light on your AR. The next version of that's going to be 1,000 lumens, and it's going to be rechargeable. So we're real excited about when that comes out. That'll be a whole bunch of light in a very small package. And, it'll be a nice, concise thing to hang on a rail somewhere and not have a bunch of weight, not have a bunch of mess in your way. And, I like putting it in a 10 o'clock position, so I don't even run the pressure switch. I just want to reach up there and hit it with my thumb. And, it's right there, right at the end of the rail. Perfect.
Well, this will be my first light that I just ordered the other day. It's got the pressure switch, so I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to mount that thing, because I've never had a light on a gun with a pressure switch on it, but I've always wanted one.
From what I've heard, people, you either love them or you hate them. I don't really have that strong of opinion either way, except I just don't want to be in a situation where if I bump into something, it's going to set the light off. I want to have a little more safety between the light coming on. It's needed to be more intentional than just having the pressure switch for my uses. Now, other people, how they use them, they're very popular. Most people that mount lights with us on guns go ahead and utilize the pressure switch. So, but you don't have to buy it. The package that we have with the E5R that's on special, it's going to come included. But we sell our mounting and pressure switches a la carte on the site. So if you don't want that, you just want to mount, we can do it that way. If you want them both, we can do it that way too. So,
Troy, you run one, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a pressure switch on Puff, and I've got a pressure switch on the Falcor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
How did you attach it?
It just attaches to the M-lock rail.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, I've got M-lock rail, and it just attaches in the backside of it.
I tell you, this isn't a product that we sell here, but this is a little attachment thing. I think you can get it at Optics Planet. This little piece of rubber here. It's the Manta system, and we really like that. We put that on our demo rails, and the pressure switch just slides right into it like that. And it's very clean, and it's got steel reinforcement inside, molded inside of the switch cover, but it makes for a really nice pressure switch housing. So I guess I'll give a little plug to Optics Planet here. If anybody's looking for a good solution, this one is very, very nice. And there's also some wire management little tabs that go onto the rails too, you can get from them. But that in combination with our unit makes a very, very clean and very, very good package. You're not going to have wires hanging out and have zip ties and all that kind of thing going on. This is really clean and nice looking.
It is nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we promote DeVore a lot on the show, which is the clearinghouse for Optics Planet. So we're all the time.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Troy spends a lot of money with
Not as much as I used to.
Well, I think that's probably why I met you guys. We were right next to them at the shoot. That's where I was set up, is right next to those guys, and they were a lot of fun. I forget the name of their shooters and all, but they were letting me shoot their guns, and they had some really nice weapons there. I think Adam, he was one of the guys. Wasn't his name Adam? He had a 300 blackout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were a hoot.
Yeah, that was a good time. I was glad we stopped up through there and saw all the flashlights standing up there.
Yeah. Thank you. And here, let me grab a couple of big ones. I haven't shown those off yet.
This is what I need Troy to put in my boat.
Big flamethrowers.
Yeah.
You start fires with those?
These are our big guns here. This is our Barrett-sized flashlight. So this is an X10000. See all the bulbs in there?
Come with a tripod.
Yeah, this thing is awesome. We designed this and is to fulfill a request from the Israeli military. So we make these for them, and they use them out in the field. I don't know if this one's it's charged, but this thing is super bright. It actually has a cooling fan built into it. That's a waterproof cooling fan, and you can run this thing for 4 hours, I believe, on high. It's got strobe. It's got SOS. It's got a nice little wheel here. Oops, I don't know where this one. It's got a nice little wheel here that you spin to change the settings, and this is the power button here. You can also pull a charge off of it here in the back. It acts as a power bank, and this whole handle is a power pack that we make up. The whole handle here is a power pack. And I forget how many cells is in it, but you can charge your cell phone like 15 times off of this thing.
Oh.
But it's got a throw of about 750 meters, and it's not a pencil throw. It's got a nice wide flood. So all of the LEDs around the perimeter create a flood, and the one in the middle creates a long throw hot spot. And just an awesome light. This one is called our X10000. Two other lights that are really nice. This is our patrolman. We made this for police officers to kind of replace the mag light that they don't carry anymore. This is an awesome unit. It's super sturdy. It's got a stainless steel strike bezel in the front, stainless steel or steel tail cap. It recharges here through a little port. It's actually a magnetic thing that just sticks on here. Brass magnetic thing. It also has, this whole handle is a battery pack. It'll run for 3 hours on high, and it's 4,200 lumens with a 500-yard range. Wow. So it's an awesome. Yeah. 4,200.
Is it impact resistant? Can you knock?
You could tie a string on this and drag it behind your pickup truck for a mile, and it'll still work.
Yeah.
So
hey, I got a buddy of mine that's a police officer that, when he saw my headlamp, he hunts with me. I was telling him, I said, yeah, it's a PowerTac. He goes, dude, I got one of those for my patrol light. I was like, oh yeah. He said, I've knocked car windshields out with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Easy.
All right.
Not a problem. You know, the guys use just these to knock windshields out. Our little ones, they do it all the time. They tell us about it. This one is the Watchdog. Now, this is like a nocturnal hunter's dream light. It's a long throw light. It's got a very tight beam, but it'll throw 1,000 yards. It's 1,050 meters is the throw on this light. So just imagine 1,000-yard range that you're shooting on, and you're able to light up all the targets at the end from where you're sitting. I mean, that's incredible to me. It's got another cool feature on it. There's a color array. It's a ring that's around the outside of it, and you can change the colors. You've got green, so if you want to walk in and not scare the animals, you can walk in on green. It's got blue if you're tracking. You've got a white diffused if you just want to use it in a tent or something like that to light up. And then you've got a red as well if you're working on something and don't want to lose your night vision. So this is an excellent unit too. I really like it. It's our Watchdog unit.
That's nice. Hey, Troy, that's what I need. I don't know if you saw Bulwarks has got a new class nighttime. What do you use? Flashlights?
Yeah.
That's what you need to show up with to take that class one day. Light it up for everybody. Hey, one of our listeners over on YouTube told me, he said, tell Lane thanks for the family plan. He just bought one.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. And use that discount code tonight. You get 20% off of any of this. So
That's it.
it'll be awesome. And a free E2 flashlight just for kickers.
Well, cool. Well, any other ones you want to talk about real quick?
Well, that's the core of our offering right now. We have some other things on our site. We have some closeouts, and we have some other lights that but that's kind of the meat and potatoes of what we're offering right now. We're developing some new stuff, and we're always open to suggestions. If anybody sees a need out there they don't think PowerTac is filling, please drop me a line. My email is lane@PowerTac. You can always call me on the phone as well. Just look us up, and we'd love to, talk to anybody about flashlights. It's become my new favorite topic.
I know. So I was talking to Lane today when we were setting up to get him on the show and everything. And I actually bought a light yesterday for mine. So he and I were talking. So I decided I was going to buy another one today, and I'm going to give that one away as a gift on the show. So Lane said, well, if you're going to give one away, he said, I'll throw one in too, and you can give one away the next week. So we'll have two. So I don't know how we're going to do it yet, Troy. We'll put it up on Facebook or somewhere. You got to share and like and get likes for PowerTac lights, like their website, that kind of good stuff. And we'll figure it out, but we're going to give two lights away.
Awesome.
In the next 2 weeks.
Cool deal. All right, Lane, we appreciate you coming on tonight and getting us up to speed. I'm going to have to get off here and order some lights too. That special deal, man. I can't pass that up.
I know.
Well, Troy and Doug, thank you so much for having us on, and thank you to the listeners for putting up with me this long. But we really appreciate everybody out there. Please become a PowerTac customer. We'll take care of you, and we'll always be here to take care of that flashlight. It's a lifetime purchase. If you don't lose it, you got a light forever. So, we'd love to hear from you.
Well, Lane, we appreciate the support you give us on the show and sponsoring and helping us out too. So thank you very much.
Well, you guys are great. Thank you very much. Appreciate being here.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right. God bless everyone.
All right.
All right. There you go. So if you're looking for a deal on a light.
Cool. So yeah, we got to start promoting that giveaway.
Oh man, I've been blasting the airways. I almost feel a little bit like QVC, all the stuff I've been posting lately.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I was like, hey, there's only 200 left or 100 left. Get you one. Hey, I've started sending them around to friends of mine that build ARs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I sent them the link for that. I'm like, hey, check this deal out. And they're like, oh man, I got to get one. And they were buying them too. So
they just use that link and they type in what, Guide and Guns or something?
Yeah, when you check out, you go find the light you want. You'll go to the checkout of your cart, put it in your cart, whatever you want, and go to checkout, and it'll ask you for your information. You put it in. When you put your credit card in, it'll ask you promo code. And just type in Guide and Guns, all one word, no spaces, no nothing, and tell it to apply, and it takes 20% off right there on the spot.
We had a listener today, I think it was today, maybe it was yesterday, asked about they were getting ready to order something on Palmetto State Armory and wanted to know how to get the discount there. So, and I told him I thought you were going to reply back to him. I just now remember that, so we need to check on that.
I sent somebody the other day one.
How long ago?
A week or so.
No, it's the last 48 hours, I think.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one. But I can send the link. Plus the links on our Facebook page, and
yeah,
I think you blasted it out on Twitter and other stuff. And I think I even put it out
there. I don't know how recent, for instance, I've sent out the Palmetto State one, but we'll get that out too. We'll put in our show notes. We'll post up.
Your glass must be green because I just saw you hold up like a transparent thing and take a drink out of something.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
A Black Hawk. It's a green water bottle.
It got you. That's kind of weird looking. But that's cool. But anyway.
All right. So good deal. Let's jump on into the rest of the show here. We guide and gun activities. What have you been up to?
Let's see. Let me switch back over to that so I can see my actual notes, because I actually typed some today. Well, we just got done talking about the new optics I ordered from my AR. I also ordered a I ordered one of the new SIG Romeo 5 red dot sights for my new AR that I did, and I'm waiting on it to come in. I was debating between whether I wanted to go with the SIG Romeo 5 or if I wanted to go with the Vortex. Which one is it? Spark. The Spark 2 is what I was looking at. But I tell you, the selling point for the SIG to me was they advertised a 50,000 hour battery life on the light. I was like, okay, well, how's that work? So what it is, if you've never seen one of them, after you don't use it for a couple of minutes and it just stays still and motionless, I forget what the time was on it, but after it sits still for a minute, the optic actually shuts itself down. So it's not using up any battery life. But as soon as you move it or touch it, it comes right back onto the same setting you were on before and you're ready to go. So you can leave it on all the time. I mean, you can have it next to the bed, whatever. It's almost, like an aim point, I guess, or Trigicon. But that was a selling point, and the optic was the same. It's just a standard red dot. But I went with that one, and Palmetto State had them on sale for $119, so that's what I went with. So I'm waiting on that to come in. I went and put a little bit of corn out to bring some night hunting opportunities to come in. I don't know. I might go tonight after we get off the show. Actually, run out there and see if I can find one. But what else have we been? What else have I been doing? I guess that's about it. Other than our giveaway for a light. Oh, one last thing. I'm trying to set up at least one class, maybe two, here at my home range here in Macon, up at the gun club I'm a member of. I talked to the president the other day, and I've been talking to Jesse up at Bulwarks and trying to set up a couple classes to get them down here. I've got a bunch of people at work. Jesse and them have started teaching a new class that's more for beginners for concealed carry. They teach you the basics, and he says it's like the 2-day course. You still get the mindset, you still get all the training that you would normally get. It's just not quite as intense, and it's more of a little bit of familiarization, and getting used to carrying concealed. So that got that class, and then they got the 2-day class. I had to call Jesse the other day to find out exactly how their new classes work because I couldn't quite figure it out. Have you seen some of those?
I've seen him promote some. Gunner's going to the one in March here in Glasgow.
Oh, is he?
Down the road here from us. But yeah, that was one of his birthday presents when he turned 19. Signed him up for that. So I think it's going to be a good class.
You taking the rifle class?
No, it's 2-day pistol class.
Oh, pistol. Okay.
Yeah, it's 2-day pistol class. So he's going to run it with a Glock 19. And that'd be good for him. Get him started off right. I wish I'd had somebody send me off to a class when I was 19.
I know, right?
I wouldn't have all them bad habits I had overcome when I started taking classes. I had the old teacup and all that stuff going with the revolver, and had to relearn everything.
And Dad just took us out behind the barn and set some cans up.
Standing there with the pistol hand out, shooting one-handed.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, as far as target shooting, that wasn't bad, but it wasn't really a defensive pistol type of
no,
where you shoot somebody at close range at high speed. That's a whole different platform.
Probably, honestly, back then, that was the farthest thing from my mind was thinking about having to do that.
Yeah, it's a different world than it was when we grew up.
It's on my mind a lot more now.
Although I did have to pull a pistol on a couple of people when I was in my early 20s. Not that I ever wanted to. I was outnumbered, and then another time somebody was trying to break in my apartment, or they had broken my apartment. All right, let's see. We've talked about that before.
I thought we were going to have to pull them on at the hotel room up in Virginia.
I just slid my hand down to my side. I'm like, what in the world?
I had too. I was like, who in the world is this?
Yeah. Well, they had a key, so I didn't think that they were too bad of burglars. Well, I guess we didn't throw the thing. Did we tell that on the story? But I don't guess we told that, do we?
I don't know if we did or not, actually.
You tell them.
So Troy and I think we were eating pizza, wasn't we? We had pizza or something in the room.
Yeah, we just ordered that because we were both too tired to go do anything. We'd been driving all day.
So we're just sitting there, and we got our room, and we're in there eating pizza, and all of a sudden we hear the doorknob kind of jiggle just a little bit, and looked over, and the door flies open. And there's two dudes standing in the doorway, fixing to come in, and Troy and I are both starting to reach, and they're like, "I think we're in the wrong room," and we're like, "You think you are too?"
They backed out.
Yeah, they did.
Then we could never keep a key that worked because she rekeyed our room to somebody else.
Right.
And then the next morning, the next day, we come back, can't get in because they rekeyed it for just one day instead of two.
Yeah, I took stuff down to the truck, and Troy walked down there with me, and we come back up and couldn't get back in the room again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wonderful. But she hooked us back up, though.
Yeah. All right, so my gun again activities. Of course, daily Bible reading, had church security again Sunday. It was, I didn't have the full day. I just had part of the day. We had Lord's Supper, so one of the guys that serves as deacon on rotation right now had to serve Lord's Supper, so I covered for him while he was doing that. And then when he got done, we switched back, and then after church, we have a Sunday school after that, so I took back over then. So I had about half of a Sunday. So it's like 3 weeks in a row now. But it's all good. It's all good. Just been reading the Bible a lot. A lot of things pop up in today's news cycles that remind me of verses, and I'll go and look up the verse that sort of comes to mind when I read certain articles. And sometimes I'll post comments using those verses and stir things up. On the gun side, of course, EDC. I ordered some new IPSC, the man-shaped targets. I think they're 24 by 36 or something. I ordered 100 pack of those because I'm planning on doing a lot of shooting here in the near future. And I was on Amazon, and I found that Birchwood Casey has some really neat target stands made of metal, and they're adjustable. They adjust out to 24 inches wide, and you just put your furring strips into them, and then you staple your backers up to them. They were $18 a piece, but they only let you buy 4 of them with free shipping on Prime. And I've been making them out of PVC pipe, 1.5-inch PVC pipe, and then just drop the furring strips in there. But they get broke awful easy. Seems like that PVC gets broke. I mean, I've built like 5 or 6 of them. I think I'm down to 1 or 2. They keep breaking. I keep taking parts and putting them back together. And I mean, they're cheap, but they don't travel well, and they get full of water and stuff like that if you leave them out in the rain. So I thought I'd try these out. They look like they'd be pretty easy set up. They're made out of steel and perfectly sized for the furring strips. And so I bought 4 of them and go try them out and see how they do. Plan on doing a lot of practice with my rifle and pistol, and of course training my daughter Daphne and training Gunner pistol. I want to spend some more time as the weather starts to break. And I'm hanging out with some guys now here in Kentucky that we're training together. This last Saturday we did land navigation training and learned how to use maps and grid coordinates and true north and grid north and magnetic north and the declination offsets and all that stuff. And so got into a little bit of that over the weekend, and that group decided to make me the comms lead. So I don't know how that came up, but now I'm in charge of comms for this group. So that's something I'm trying to get squared away and checking the SOPs out, making sure that I agree with them or that they're current and up to date for that. So just getting squared away here at the old homestead should the zombies come. And then let's see. I've been cleaning up the bunker some more. I got my weights set in here, my weight bench, and I've got the squat rack parts down here, getting ready to put it back together. So I'm gonna be able to start lifting here inside the bunker. And I've got my other reloaders, my shot shell reloaders set up now, and I've got all my I got all my powder in one place and ammo cans, and did inventory on the bullets I had, the brass I had, seeing what I needed to order, and so been working here on that stuff. Uh, got a new pistol. I'm going to be trying it out here soon, so gonna get it out and see if it's good enough to replace the G30S, and that's pretty much it on the.
She's
I got
pretty
a
after that.
yeah. It's a pretty thing. It's we'll see how it goes. If I disappear, y'all know what happened to me. But Mama got me by the ear and drug me into a hole. But let's see. SPC review my notes here. That's pretty much it. We're gonna be working with Daphne on pistol some more as the weather breaks. Right now, it's raining for like 4 or 5 days, and it's supposed to rain for another like 3 or 4 days, and be in the 20s and 19 or something tomorrow.
Hey, the
So
sun's actually supposed to be shining here tomorrow.
what's that?
The sun is actually supposed to be shining here tomorrow.
It's supposed to be shining here, but I think the high is 30 and the low is like 19, so it's not
Well,
shining enough.
I can deal with that as long as it ain't raining.
Yeah. The rain's been fun. Not the cows have been mooing at me a lot. They don't think that the grass is growing enough for them, so they're wanting hay every time I see them. All right, so EDC tonight, I'm carrying, of course, the Glock 30S at this point in time, a Super Tuck, and got the Student of the Gun Enhanced Lifesaver pack, and I've got a softy tourniquet. I'm carrying my right cargo pocket. I'm carrying the Microtech SOCOM Elite Auto Knife, and the Olight S1R baton, and I know that's not a PowerTac. I'm gonna have to get the equivalent and try it out. I'm gonna have to get off here tonight before midnight so I can order and get that Valentine's. I guess it's good till tomorrow though, isn't it? Valentine's special.
Oh yeah,
Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So all you guys out there, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. If you haven't ordered flyers yet, you're out of luck. So just
yeah.
rub that salt in that wound right now. What about your EDC, Doug?
Of course, Glock 19. I just actually took it off just a minute ago. So when I was in here in the room, so that's my holster, Super Tuck Deluxe from Crossbreed, and I actually have the Student of the Gun night vision sights on it that I love, and I'm actually thinking about getting a set for my 17 also. That's the only one I have that doesn't have a night sights on it. My 21's got night sights, but that one doesn't. So I really like those. So I'll see how it is when I get to go to this pistol class. If I coin with it, I'm going to put them on everything.
Cool deal. All right, you get some feedback?
We do get some feedback tonight. A couple of them. First one comes from our buddy George, and he had sent it to us, and I don't think he'll have a problem with us reading this. Gentlemen, I typically do not make prayer requests, frankly, because my problems are my own fault. But my mother-in-law has recently been diagnosed with lung cancer. We do not have all the information yet, but it doesn't look good. I have been praying for strength for my wife, who is an only child and distraught, and praying that my mother-in-law lives the longest comfortable life possible. If you guys have room for them in your prayers, I would be grateful. Keep up the good work. I have loved the show and look forward to meeting you guys at some point. Thanks for everything, George. And he gives his radio sign.
Call sign. Yeah.
Call sign, ham sign. That makes sense to you. I'm not a ham radio guy, so that makes more sense to you.
You could be if you wanted to be.
I could. Dude, that'd just be something else I have to buy that you're going to get me in trouble.
No, man. You got plenty of guns you can trade. All right. Let's see.
And then we have
Yeah.
one more. And I emailed George back and told him we would keep him in prayer. So if you guys would remember his mother-in-law and his wife in your prayers, and him too, because it'll be stressful for him too, I promise you.
Yeah, and their daughter as well.
Yep. So our next one come from Drew Bowers. and he had sent it to us, and he said, "Hello." He said, "Mike Island told me to ask Doug a question. I'm having a coyote problem, and when I first started reading this, I thought he was going to invite me to come shoot coyotes, and I'm like, oh, that ain't where that's going." He said, "But I'm having a trouble with a coyote problem, and I'm looking for a night vision scope. I'm not going to use it to hunt beyond my property, which is a few acres. What's a good night vision scope out to about 100 yards that would be subject to too much abuse? I'm planning on using a standard AR-15 platform with 223." So I emailed him back and asked him, what kind of price range, because these things, that stuff gets pricey depending on how much you want to go. And he told me he was looking in the $500 range. He could go a little bit more, a little less, whatever. But I sent him a link to ATN has a new 4K Pro. I think they got it on. I saw the one I sent him was from Optic Planet, I believe, and it was $530, and that came with an IR light. So it's a good one to get into. The 4K Pro, my son-in-law has the X Sight 5x12. It's not the Pro. It's not the 4K Pro, but it works very well. And plus, you can record your hunts and all that good stuff with it. So,
One shot zero.
One shot zero. Yep.
Yeah, we need to get them as a sponsor because we talk about them all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I
had another feedback today that not today but yesterday that I forgot to add in here. So,
oh yeah,
are you wrapped up with that one?
Yep.
I don't know if I can read it on this little B monitor. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in here. Maybe not. There we go. Not much better. This is from Sig Swanstrom. You guys that can remember back about 4 or 5 years ago, Sig had given me a book at NRA, and it's over there on my shelf. I can see it here, but it was called God, Guns, and Guts, I believe. Let me look here and make sure I got it written down here right. Yeah, God, Guns, and Guts of Firearm Defense and the Biblical View. So we met at the show, and he'd said that he didn't know if I'd. He told me. Sorry, let me start again. My radio club friend, so he's a ham guy too. Pastor Bill, I don't remember his last name, suggested that I reach out to you. I don't know if he actually knows you or simply listen to your podcast. In any case, he thinks that we should know each other from commonality of interest. For example, your podcast is called Guide and Guns, and my book is called Guide, Guns, and Guts, and we're also ham radio people. And I'd reply back to him, yeah, we'd met up at NRA, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember now. I said, yeah, we promoted your book here on the show a couple times, and so we're going to have him on. He's going to do something up in Montana for the next little bit, next month or two. But I think he's in Texas. Yeah, he's from Medina Lake, Texas. That's where he lives at. But so he's going to come on the show. We're going to do an update on his book. He's got another project coming up as well. And so, and he's got some other activities going on. So he's coming on probably in another 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month when he gets back from his excursion into Montana, which this time of year is probably pretty cold and wet and snowy. But I just remembered he'd emailed this week, but he had apparently his pastor told him about us, and then found out that that I was a ham guy, as you can see there, and and so he contacted me through QRZ, and which is how ham people can look each other up based on their license number and stuff like that. But I thought that was pretty interesting that he found me through the ham link, and then we'd already met. And he remembered it after I told him how we'd met up there. All right, so that looks to be all our feedback. I didn't see iTunes review. So you got a joke for us?
Got a joke. It's called Show and Tell. Kindergarten teacher gave her class a show and tell assignment to bring something that represents their religion. The first child got in front of the class and said, "My name is Benjamin, and I am Jewish, and this is the Star of David." The second child got in front of the class and said, "My name is Mary. I'm a Catholic, and this is the crucifix." The third child got in front of the class and said, "My name is Tommy, and I'm a Baptist, and this is a casserole."
I think we've done that one before, Doug.
That one, I hadn't heard it. Maybe not.
I think
But
so.
then again, I'm getting older and I don't remember.
It could be fried chicken too, because we like fried chicken as Baptist.
Absolutely.
Fried chicken, casseroles, meatloaf, anything with sugar on in it, underneath of it, on top of it, injected in it. All right, so the Bible verse tonight will be coming from John 12, verses 44 through 50. And I'll be reading from the ESV version. And Jesus cried out and said, "Whoever believes in me believes not in me, but in him who sent me. And whoever sees me sees him who sent me. And I've come into the world as light, so that whoever believes in me may not remain in darkness. If anyone hears my words and does not keep them, I do not judge him, for I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. The one who rejects me and does not receive my words has a judge. The word I have spoken will judge on him in the last day." Let me back up and say it again. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. For I have not spoken on my own authority, but the Father who sent me as himself. But the Father who sent me has himself given me a commandment, what to say and what to speak. And I know that his commandment is eternal life. What I say, therefore, I say as the Father has told me. Again, John 12, 44 through 50. So what's Jesus saying here? This is Jesus speaking, is what it says in verse 44 there. All this text is in red, so we know that means it's Jesus' words. And so he's just saying that he came to deliver a message. He came to be a messenger to us about first the Word himself. Jesus is the Word, and that he has come to tell us the good news that we have an ability to be saved and be reunited with our Father, God in heaven. But he's telling us that if we do what he commands, if we do what he's been brought here to tell us, that we will have opportunity to be saved, and we will be not judged, because we will be covered by his sacrifice. And he's not coming on his own authority. He's coming in the authority of God the Father, and that we need to listen to his words. We need to follow his words, and we need to obey, and that we won't be judged by the words that he brought. Because if we don't do what we're called to do, and we remain in darkness, then we will be judged. And because he's come into the world, we will be held accountable for our sin. Our sin must be paid for, and we can't pay for it. Our money's no good in heaven. Our money's no good to the judge of heaven. Our works are no good to the judge of heaven. Nothing we can do in our own power can do it. And we can't be perfect enough. We can't live under the law and obey every law, because if we could, Jesus didn't have to come. So here's the quandary. You're going to be judged. You are a sinner. Everyone is a sinner because of Adam, the first Adam. We were all condemned to die. And because of the second Adam, meaning Jesus, who came to be the redemptive power to redeem us back to God, we can all be saved if we believe in Jesus and believe the words he gave us. And if we trust in him solely for our salvation, then we might be saved. So just a little gospel message there for you tonight. Again, coming from John 12, 44 through 50. And I was reading out of the ESV version. All right, we already talked about our main topic tonight, PowerTac lights. Tell them how they can use that PowerTac code there, Doug.
So go out to PowerTac.com, find the light you want, whatever it is that's out there, multiples on good deals, whatever. When you check out, add it to your cart. When you go to check out, it'll ask you for your credit card. And when you put your numbers and stuff in right below that, it'll say promo code. Type in God and Guns, all one word. Put that in and hit apply, and it'll take 20% off for you.
Good deal.
And not only do they give you guys a good deal, but they're actually helping. They send Troy and I a little bit of love for the show, for everything that goes through our site that uses that promo code. So I mean, you can't beat that deal.
Good deal. All right. So, see, we got Arm System coming up next. Right after we tell you guys how you can help us out. We've already talked about PowerTech. We've already talked about Crossbreed. We've already talked about what else? We've already talked about tonight. We've already talked about Palmetto State. So you can buy some patches and stickers. I don't know if we got a God and Guns patch here close by or not, but you guys can see the background behind me. It looks like that. So you get God and Guns stickers. You can get God and Guns patches for your hat. There you go. Doug's got one pair. And you can get them on our site. You can find that our show notes, or you can find it on Facebook's got a store link there. So you can check that out. Now I'm gonna run through these quickly because I know you guys are wanting to get to bed. Zija, if you want to know more about Zija, it's guidingguns.myzija.com. You can find out more about that. We're a Terrorist Alliance Life member, so if you want to know more about Terrorist Alliance and the great things that they do to support veterans and all that, go to terroristalliance.com and check them out. If you become a member, you can get a discount off of all the products of the people that work there, that have their stores and businesses there. Oathkeepers TV is running our shows live now. We really appreciate that. And they're doing a raffle to raise funds for Virginia. They're giving away an AR-10. If you go to oathkeepers.org, oathkeepers.org / you can see the raffle signups on the right side of the page. And I think the tickets are $25 a piece. And I think it goes till April or May. I think when the raffle ends, or when they sell some of your tickets. So you can check all that out, oathkeepers.com. LA Police Gear, we haven't got set up. I haven't put a code in yet. I need to put a code in our show notes, and we also have proper wear. I haven't got a code put in the notes. I've got to get on to our site and get that set up. And then we've already talked about Crossbreed, so just got a couple left there.
Axis and Tactical. Hey, you've heard about it. I both have won their high performance rifles, but they make custom rifles, pistols. They got knives, all kind of stuff. Axelson puts out a great rifle, and it is a tag driver, high quality gun. If you'd like to check them out, go out and check out AxelsonUSA.com. And when you find something out there you will like, and I promise you will, use a promo code God and Guns and get a 10% discount just for listening to the show.
Cool. Let's see what else we got over there.
We did PowerTac. We did Palmetto already. So
that wraps it up. So, Armed Citizen, what you got tonight for Armed Citizen?
Armed Citizen comes to us from Johnson City, Tennessee. October 22nd, a Virginia man allegedly forced his way into an apartment at 9 p.m. when a tenant shot him in the leg. According to Scott County Sheriff's Office, the suspect who fled the scene on foot was apprehended nearby by police less than an hour later. After being treated for minor injuries, the suspect was charged with breaking and entering with intent to commit a larceny. The suspect reportedly knew the tenant and had a criminal history. The armed citizen was disabled and acted in self-defense, according to investigators. And that comes to us from WJHL.com, Johnson City, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia. Good guy with a gun.
Yes, sir.
I saw the one that you posted the other day on our site about the lady that defended her husband and child with the AR.
Yeah.
But why would you need an AR to defend yourself?
Who knew?
A great equalizer, isn't it?
Should be, yeah. It's a commonly owned firearm as well. I mean, like millions and millions of them are owned. Everyone in my family has one. or two.
If I don't slow down soon, everybody in my family's going to have one too.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. I know you guys got to get to bed and go back to work tomorrow and all that stuff. So we appreciate y'all watching. Please give us a thumbs up on whatever platform you're on. Share this post, please, so we can get more viewers. We need all the help we get because we can't afford to buy no viewers. We have to earn them the hard way.
I know, right?
We ain't got that kind of money to buy some viewers. So if you like the show, if you appreciate the effort we put out, please share and like the show so it gets pushed up there so people can actually see us. Yeah, tonight is odd because we've been running like 30, 40 people on this now, and we've been running like one person all night. So I think we're getting shut down somewhere, or everybody's watching some kind of special on TV tonight.
Yeah,
a basketball game or something going on.
I don't know.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Send your feedback to Troy at GuidingGunsPodcast.com or
Doug at GuidingGunsPodcast.com.
Please tell your friends about us. Again, like us, give us an iTunes review. Like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GuidingGunsPodcast. You can subscribe and follow us on YouTube and click that little notification bell so whenever we post up a new show or go to live, you'll get a notification. Please follow us on Twitter at Guiding Guns Pod. I think we got like 4 people out there follow us on Twitter right now. But if you're a Twitter user, you can find us on Guiding Guns Pod. Sometimes I get too political over there and I have to smack myself back over and try to stay on task. We're on Instagram. You can find us as Guiding Guns Podcast. You can find us on MeWe. That's our fail-safe backup should the social media little G gods decide to ban us into non-existence. You can find us over there, or you can send us an email at troy@guidinggunspodcast.com. Website is guidinggunspodcast.com, and Doug is working on that, and he's going to get that done.
We're going to move it. We're just going to have to move it.
We're going to move it to another new host, I think.
I can't even send myself an email off of it now for some reason.
Yeah, if you guys are sending us emails, we're not replying. It's probably because our service provider is not providing service. Just say it that way. I don't get a lawsuit. All right, Doug, until next time, have a blessed week.
And keep your guns close, but keep your Bible closer.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Sorry for any kind of problems with communications and stuff. I don't know why it seems like it's blocking us all out, but we'll talk to you later. Adios.
Have a good night.